That's after heavy rain. In this recording I want to share interesting fact I found about someone who got a reading, but I'll talk about my experience with kind of a palm reading. So I went to someone who is running a small business and who has a machine, kind of a human computer interface. It's an interface made in Germany, and what it does, it reads 49 signals corresponding to 49 human body organs. And I had my 3 other readings in the past, and they were interesting. It was a really interesting learning experience to know how my mind is affecting these body energies. Like if I'm stressed, if I'm relaxed, if I'm stressed after driving. I saw those, and what I was told, that my body has the ability to settle the energy very, very quickly. This lady who does the reading, who owns the machine, and conduct some sort of a research. So I saw she has a big booklet of like lots of pages with research notes. So it's not doing just readings for the clients, for people who want to have the reading, but also is writing some notes, and probably she or someone else is looking at these results later to learn how this machine works. Of course they know how the machine works, but the more data you get, the better you become at interpretation of this type of colors and signals of the body. And I noticed that she is pretty good at reading those colors of the printout. And this time I thought that my body would show some improvement. That was my assumption, because I don't know, I was in a state of mind. But once I was having my hand on the top of the sensor, I thought, I feel I'm not totally relaxed. So my body was kind of searching for calm, and my assumption is that was due to the coffee. I had a coffee mixed with Nescafe. I thought to wake myself up. That was the thought, but the body was kind of agitated a bit. So she could see in the machine that my energies, the signals that come from the palm are not settled. When everything is calm, like all the organs have consistent energy flow, the machine is reading much easier, much faster. But now she was saying that it took way longer when compared to my old reading, because I think she remembered me from the previous. Of course she knows me from the previous readings, but I think my reading stood out due to a couple of differences when compared to other people. I mean, I'm not special, but it's probably it's easier to recognize one person who has this color, and easy to settle energies, like a person who does meditation a lot, which is not me. And yeah, I was surprised. She was surprised, and I was surprised that I got some sort of unstable energies, and 2 of the major organs were kind of having too much energy, like it was an excess of energy that suggested that those two organs were overreacting to something. Now I asked that I want to see other people colors without name. I didn't care to see name because there's so many people living in this area, you won't have a chance to recognize a person by name. And I saw all sort of color prints. Okay, generally they were people with some stress issues. I could see the colors were not consistent or nice flow. It's kind of a messy color pattern. But there was one that I was trying to talk about. This is the topic of this video. There was one that appeared like a green to gray color, like a pale tone of green, but no reds, no yellow, no pink, nothing else. And she asked me, do you know what this? I said, no, but it's kind of dull type of color, like people who have no emotions or something. And she said, yeah, this is from a chronic pot smoker, like a cannabis user in a total bliss. And I don't know if she was sarcastic, she being sarcastic, or that means total bliss. But to me, it looks like a person who is alive, but it's emotionless. And it's like, okay, we have these overreacting kids who are put into the category of hyperactive kids. That's why we have this disease, weird names made up by the doctors who want to sell pills or to dope these kids with pills, like ADD, ADHD, whatever. I don't know what's the correct term. But now the doctors want to please the parents who have hard time to deal with these kids, with these hyperactive kids, and they recommend they have a pill. So first you have to have a name for the disease when the kid is overreacting, and now since there is a name, there is a research around that name, so people know more about this made up disease. And now people attribute the name to other people's behavior. So people who are full of energy or reacting or overreacting, or even the kids who eat sugar more than they should, they are a bit challenging for the parents. They should take that trail, maybe. Like I used to be. I used to be maybe not hyperactive, but you know, I was a kid who had some juice, some energy to burn. Yeah, I have my street shoes and I should not get to that paddle. But like, I'm 50 something and I still have the energy to burn. That's why I want to check out that trail. That's why I do have lots of life adventures. And there are a few things that stop me. So imagine the kids who don't know dangers, who don't know anything about insurance and what happens if you break a leg, if you lose a job, if you don't have a way to make money, pay your rent. Those kids don't have those type of life experiences, so they go for it, right? And they cause trouble to their parents. I know my son. So I took my son to the doctor. My stupid mistake to take the kid to the doctor, and the doctor prescribed something that made my kid act like a zombie. I mean, the kid was easy, like no much trouble. I said, okay, what's kind of different now? And it was easier for me. I didn't want my wife to complain that my kid is doing stupid. So it was convenient. It was convenient as a parent to have less trouble with my kid. But then I thought, that's not right. That's not okay. And I told my son, look at the side effects. People kill themselves, suicidal thoughts, and all those things. These are the side effects list. Do you really want to live this type of life, or you want to make a change? So he was older and smart enough to understand. And a month later, we took him off the pills. And I thought, that was a stupid idiot doctor who went through here UBC, the University of British Columbia, as a training, who of course train all these doctors or certify the doctors who want to practice in British Columbia, and they go by some sort of a agenda. You know, this is the pharmaceutical company, these are the fixes they provide, right? So they provide fixes, and we prescribe these fixes because it pleases the patients. So the patients get some sort of a relief. Doesn't matter side effects. So anyway, so now back to the pot and that guy who had this reading. I wish more people would use this type of machine or this type of technology instead of going to trial and error through this medical system that we have here, not only in Canada but most places. So I'm looking at this person, and I thought, wow, an alive zombie. And maybe it made me think, okay, if I experience cannabis, I experimented with cannabis and I figured that it's not for me. Oh, look at that, wow. Whoa, this is so much. I never seen so much muscle, like moss on a tree. Wow, it's like a 10 centimeter layer of moss. The heck is that? Ooh, that's way. This is a parasite plant. It's like they live off the tree. Look, that. Wow, I'm like excited like a kid. But of course, the kids these days, they get excited using the cheap internet fixes. But I'm still the old-fashioned, getting excited by these things. These things, like wow. Ah, it's so cool. Right, and that's the idea. People who take this type of fixes, including cannabis or overuse of cannabis, they don't experience life. So they live, they are alive, but they don't live. So it's a difference between being alive. It's like you have a person in a coma, deep, maybe induced coma, and the person is alive, but is not living. Same thing with this drug addicts, with cannabis, hardcore users. They live, but they have dull emotions. So I'm not trying to point fingers, you know, like these things are helping lots of people to reduce the pain or the suffering or whatever experience they may have in their lives due to own mistakes or own trouble, health issues. Wow, look at that color. Oh man. Or childhood abuse or childhood drama, you know, different things can affect someone's health, mental health, and reality. But I don't think the use of drugs and abusing of even the natural substances like cannabis, it's a fix. Because these people go through life, they live, or no, they are alive, but they don't live. They don't experience life with the intensity of those five senses. So that's my point for today. I saw how that shows on the machine, which was very interesting and cool to see. So letting you go, I'm going to enjoy another half an hour of walking into this forest. That's it's a dirt bike track place where the dirt bike users coming here to enjoy life and experience life. You take care. Bye bye.